Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now, as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Ready to breach.
Go, go, go! Follow my lead! Flashback!
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Back the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear, in association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host and analyst, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Mr. Reborn, as we are here for the beginning of the end, and that is going to be Division 1, Day 6. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Division 1 and the entirety of the WD Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege comes to an end today, and it starts with Demon's Force taking on Level 0 Esports. With all of that being said, a quick reminder to all of our viewers to check out the socials of the Esports Club on Facebook and Instagram for the giveaway of a limited edition Rainbow Six Siege PC featuring a Siege-themed PC cabinet. There's only 500 of these across the world, so if you want to have a chance of winning one of these for yourselves, check out the Esports Club on Instagram and Facebook, and the link down in the description below for details on how to enter yourselves into this giveaway. Everything said and done, ladies and gentlemen, today is a bittersweet day, and that is, of course, the day of the league, the one that we've come to know and love for the last 5 months, comes to an end, and it starts here now with the match between Demon's Force and Level 0 Esports on the map of Coastline. And more about this match from our analyst, Baba Gusta, over at the Analyst Just Baba. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Jack. How you been doing? It's definitely, saddened for me to say that this would be this is actually the final matches that we're going to be able to see on Season 5. And just by talking about the standings that these guys are in, Demon's Force currently in 4th place, winning a total of 3 matches, and they've lost, unfortunately, on 2 matches indeed. We actually did see them defeating Monka S unexpectedly. 7-2 is the scoreline against them, favoring on the side of Demon's Force, and looks like they are definitely in shape. Now, coming back to Level 0 Esports, definitely they're not having a great time indeed. They are in the bottom of the leaderboards, winning only 1 match. And that was against Virtual 5 Esports, 7-3. So definitely for Level 0 Esports, they're definitely not having a good day indeed. But Demon's Force, they are still, however, in 4th place. They are neither relegated nor promoted. So definitely it's going to be interesting to watch how well Level 0 Esports is going to cope up with this. Coming to the community votes, we're going to be seeing a tiebreaker coming in. Demon's Force that was a tiebreaker indeed. Demon's Force 56%, whereas on the side of Level 0 Esports it is 44%. Even though that 56% is actually a little bit small margin indeed, there are some of our dear viewers actually thinks that Level 0 Esports is definitely going to win up against Demon's Force. And yes, I actually do love a bit of the underdog story, but we'll see what's going to happen in the ban phase. Eventually comes in Nomad, BB, Echo, and the Mira, and the map is going to be on Coastline.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction into the game, Babas. We are going to be going into round 1 between both these teams right now. Speaking of which, let's have a quick look at the rosters that we have here in play today. From the side of Demon's Force, we've got Tsukishima Goat, unfortunately playing from a second ID because of complications relating to Uplay on his primary ID. It's been a thing for the past couple of days. I know a couple of friends who've been having similar issues. So he's playing from his second account. So that's Tsukishima Goat right there. We've got Levi, Snow, Notorious, and Cobra from the side of Demon's Force, while from the side of Level 0, we've got Roximo Killer, Invincible, Slayer, Basilisk, and, of course, playing the pulse as soon as the game loads in.
Attackers need to locate
Just a second,
and
there we
defuse
go.
bomb.
Playing the pulse is Mighty to round things out. Round
Bomb
1's going to
located by
happen, take
attackers.
place, that is, on the first floor kitchen, and we are a go for the final day of the entire 5-month-long league. And this should be a very, very interesting game. At Level 0 Esports, they've got one more chance, this game that is, to give themselves a little bit of a breather as they go into the ending of the league. Season 5 has not been kind to them, not in the slightest. They've got this game against Demon's Force and then a game between Monka S in the second half to try and salvage a little bit of pride here and there. I know that sounds a little harsh for me to say, but at the end of the day, the way their Season 5 has gone, yeah, that's I believe the best they can hope for, and of course a little bit of a better positioning in the league standings. Demon's Force, in the meanwhile, sure, their season hasn't been the best either. Getting completely taken down by Union Gaming yesterday was not a good way to start off the final week. However, they've got this match against Level 0 Esports to make up for that. So it's going to be an interesting game. Both teams fighting for dominance, fighting for a little bit of a good ending to Season 5. Slayer, was he spotted? He was not. He's going to find one. Will he find the second? Not quite yet. He's going to find him instead. Oh, that was a big run out right there. He did, in fact, find Cobra. The Zofia went down. However, Tsukishima Goat was there. That is confirmed Jannati to finish off the kill onto the Valkyrie. Shots are still being fired. There's a Capcan playing inside a bathroom who's trying to take the Ash down and will be able to. That is, again, a different operator, Mighty, with the Pulse, who went for the cleanup on that kill, finishing off Ash. Notorious is down. It's now a 3v4. Demon's Force looking a little shaky on the start right now, as we've got Roximo Killer contesting blue stairs from inside of Blue Bar. Together. Jones is spotted where he is. He's going to have to be careful of his position right now. 220 bullets on that carbine. Definitely a lot for him to play around with. And there's the Iana Snow, who wants to take his head clean off, relieve him of his duty. Will she be able to? Shots are fired. Jaeger takes a bit of damage. Roximo is closer to half HP now. But he's still not out of it. The fuck am I going for? He's going to be doing that, but no. Roximo's quick on the trigger. He will find that, but he will get taken down. And then there's a refract from Mighty onto Snow. A bunch of refracts come in between both these teams, leaving Tsukishima Goat, the last man standing. Actually, no one's left standing on the side of Demon's Force. Level 0 start off strong on first floor kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. The Capcan finishing things off, contesting the vertical angle. And now it is 1-0. The first round goes to the side of Level 0.
Well, that was a really great round coming in on the side of Level 0 Esports. Capcan with the important play indeed, eliminating one of the important players who are currently using a vertical angle, being situated in the side of the penthouse, eliminating one of the important operators on the side of Demon's Force. As we're going to be progressing to round 2, a 6-pick being coming in, as Cobra and Mighty will be 6-picking on to the to Sledge, and Pulse being 6-picked into the Vigil. So we might be able to see some major changes coming in, and the site is going to be on second floor hookah and billiards round. Now, keep that in mind that Invincible playing as the dog will provide a lot of cover, a lot of fragging opportunities for him, due to the fact that he has one of the most devastating weapons of all, indeed, the MP5. Where, it is the MP5 ACOG sight, flash hider, and a vertical foregripper to do that in the manner, as we're going to be seeing round 2 being placed. A lot of utilities such as barbed wire is going to be placing on the side of the blue stairs, as well as on the hallways on 90, making sure that the attackers, if they try to push in, they may have to force their any of these utilities to be taken out. I mean, unfortunately, we won't be able to see a clash, an Ash being picked on the side of Demon's Force. So it's going to be really interesting indeed. Invincible going for the spawn peak in the window side of the main stairs. Hopefully, he might be thinking he might be able to find one, but unfortunately, most of the players on the side of Demon's Force have spawned on the side of Ruin. So basically, it's a sad day. It's definitely a sad day for Invincible, as he definitely has to fall back, knowing the fact that the players are going to be situated on the side of the VIP balcony as well as on the penthouse. A lot of rappel as well as a great angle being situated to at least take out an important player who's holding an angle on the side of a penthouse. And another rappel coming in from confirmed Janati, as he rappels in with the G8 LMG holographic sight. But looks like Snow will be able to find one. That is Mighty. The Vigil won't be in play, and that is one rumor down on the side of Level 0 Esports. Confirmed Janati, aka Tsukushima Goat, still trying to figure out a way to get those important frags currently situated on the side of Billiards room, by holding a repelling angle right from the hookah's balcony through towards the windows. Unfortunately, won't be able to find anything. Roximo Killer, we actually didn't see him make such an important place in the previous round. Will he be able to make it again? As we're going to be seeing a lot of concussive nades being thrown on the side of the roof of the penthouse. Unfortunately, she will decide to not take a fight against him. 1 minute 30 seconds left for the attackers. They're still figuring out a way to counter at least any of the plays coming in from level 0 esports, as we're going to be seeing a Slayer and the dog playing on the 90s hallway. He's going to be using one of his stim pistols, as Levi is going to get stung from the Ella's Grismoth mine, leaving him dazed, but still he will push on no matter what. Heavily push coming in from Tsukushima. Goat eliminates the head out of Basilisk, and that is 2 players down on the side of level 0 esports. They really need to be careful this time because they are near to the site, and the attackers really need to be careful when it comes to executing because they don't have exactly the intel on where the current operators are. Invisible plays being also very close on the hookah hallway, won't be able to get the kill instead, and confirm Janati is going to take another kill. That is Invincible off the board. A great pre-fire coming in from Roximo Killer. He's going to go down as well, which leads only Slayer, the Ella. He's going to be able to take 2 of those players, Confirm and Snow. With that, there's only 2 players left. Cobra is going to be planting on the side of Default. See, the head won't be able to connect. He's going to rotate back yet again, holding another angle, hopefully to get one of those important kills indeed. Now it is a post-plant situation coming in, and that post-plant will succeed for Demon's Force, as they will win their second round attack, second for Hookah, as we're going to be progressing to round 3. What a spectacular plays coming in from both of the teams, especially Demon's Force and level 0. We actually did see a great defense on first floor kitchen, and now we're going to see a great attack being used on the side of Demon's Force. So we're going to be progressing to round 3. Second floor Hookah is going to be the site yet again. Hopefully we might be able to see some adaptations coming in from level 0 esports.
Second floor hookah is a set of choice. Once again, looks like level 0 don't want to change things up, go to Penthouse or Blue and Sunrise Bar, and understandably so, those sites are, considered slightly harder to defend than the hookah, lounge, and billiards room site, which is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more known, shall we say, to the teams in play today. Mighty's going to take the 6-pick out of the pulse into the alibi. Took his time to decide on that one, but he will, in fact, take that operator and make sure that, everything that level 0 needs is in play. We've got the Valkyrie once again. We've got the Legion again from my Basilisk, in fact. And Slayer, he tried on that 1v5. Unfortunately for him, the positioning from Demon's Force was good enough, more than good enough for that matter, as the plant went off without an issue. And then, of course, the post-plant, unfortunately, even with a 40-round SMG that fires at 1,080 RPM, that's a lot of numbers, I know, it was not enough for Slayer to make a clutch happen. And again, Demon's Force on the attack, we've seen this before, we've said it before, time and time again. Stack on the attack, as I used to, make a turn of phrase way back in seasons 1 and 2 when they went by that name, before they came into the name of Demon's Force, was they were and are still very formidable on the attack, even though we've seen their attack be adapted against by teams in, of course, farther seasons. It hasn't worn down the effectiveness of this attack in the slightest. Basilisk tried to go for a bit of a run out right there. Sneaky one as well, using the double punch on the barricade, where he could prone out through it to try and go for a spawn peek, but he wasn't able to find anybody. Cobra is going to rappel up to the approach, in fact, and Basilisk, he might come under fire any second now. Tons of shots being taken. That's Levi the Buck on Ruins. But there's the Iana, who is unaware of Slayer playing down below in first floor. And that's why Snow's going to go down. Unfortunate for him, but that's a big first job. There is confirmed. That is Tsukushima Goat. Senpai himself with the gridlock. He's done wonders with the F9. He doesn't really be able to do any more. Free fires come in, but he was caught throwing a track stinger. And that's why he will go down. A double kill for Slayer early means that it is Demon's Force on the back foot this round. The Buck trying to contest. Mighty knows where that Canadian operator is pushing in from, or at least knew. That is, of course, passed in for right now. That was traded off to Invincible and Slayer. Speaking of Invincible, kitchen window runner prepared from him. He's going to move away from there once again. So since, of course, no one is on the outer hallway outside the building, the push on the site is what really matters from the side of Demon's Force. They do have the diffuser. Levi is the man holding on to it, and that's why he has to be careful not to get dropped in an awkward position. If he does, then that is probably the round, but Roxy McKim is going to find Cobra, and meanwhile the sledge goes down, and that's another huge drop, leaving these last two operators on the aquarium balcony. Levi takes a lot of, Levi takes a little bit of, not a little bit, a lot of damage, in fact, as Invincible is going to take him off the board, and Notorious is now the last man standing. barely on 1 HP, barely alive. He'll get peeked by the alibi, and that is a flawless round from Level 0 Esports. Coming out of a very good attack from Demon's Force, Level 0 retaliate with a flawless round, putting themselves in the lead 2-1 going into round 4, and what a round indeed from the side of LVZ. Round 4 is underway.
Well, that was a flawless round coming in on the side of Level 0 Esports, giving them no quarter indeed. Round 4 is in play, and First Floor Kitchen is going to be on the site. To defense in favor of Level 0 Esports. Currently, they are in lead. The only question is, will we be able to see a equalize coming in the first half? We will actually get to know it in this match indeed. Invincible going for a 6 pick as he actually tries to decide to go for a Goyo, but instead he'll stick it to the Vigil instead. Another 6 pick coming in as Cobra changes from the Maverick to the Iana. Well, very interesting 6 picks coming in indeed. Iana, she is quite one of the most important, I wouldn't say important, I would actually quite like to say it as a viable operator when it comes to getting important intel and also, bamboozling your opponents in such a way that they won't be able to, they basically won't be able to have any idea on whether if it's a certain operator or not, which is actually quite a good intel. But also what's more important, that Iana has a frag grenade which would provide an opportunity for Iana means to hopefully, if they get the perfect drone work coming in, hopefully they can actually convert this drone work into a kill thanks to their frag grenade. So with that, action phase will be played. We're going to be seeing Mighty throwing one of her black eye cams on the VIP balcony, making sure that she'll be able to get great amount of intel as Invincible. No. Quite a bad timing indeed as Kushima Goat confirmed the kill against Invincible. That is already an early kill coming in from them. It was a great attempt when it comes to a run out from the Sunrise Bar. Unfortunately, won't be able to do it yet again. Notorious using 2 of those concussion nades. One of them will actually fall at the wood panel and the second would actually go inside the door, but sad to say it won't be able to connect to any defender operators whatsoever. Now Snow, playing as the Twitch, she has a lot of work to do, that is taking out the important abilities like the Maestro's Evil Eye Cam, Slayer's Legion 2 mines, and talking about Maestro, he's going to be getting Notorious 9, the Zofia, the KSOU Lifeline, and an important fragger indeed is definitely won't be able to see Demon's Force being playing on 2. And with that, there's only 4 players left. The man count is equalized indeed. It's going to be a matter of it's going to be a matter of time to see who's going to fall down, as we're going to be seeing 2 of these players rappelling in from the top roof of the map coastline. Maybe hopefully hold an angle. We're going to be seeing an aggressive run out. He's going to be able to eliminate Kushima Goat. He's just going to fall back just like that. Kushima Goat out in this out in this round indeed. And we're going to be seeing Slayer taking another one kill indeed. That is Levi off the board indeed, which only leaves on to only 2 players on the side of Demon's Force, Snow and Cobra. Snow may be able to find one, but is it still enough? So you need to be careful on the billiards room as well as on the site indeed. Snow pushing very aggressively, knowing that she needs to take out this specific operator. The push comes in, won't be able to get the second kill indeed as the F2 fails, and Mighty with the confirmation on the knife, which leads down to Cobra. And Cobra will eventually fall down indeed. Slayer with the final kill, an impressive play, an impressive defense coming in from Level 0 Esports, winning their 3 defense rounds in a row. As we want to be progressing to round 5. Looks like Demon's Force's attack is definitely not up to the game, and Level 0 Esports is making sure that they could take care of this advantage as best as they can.
Well, looks like Level 0 Esports are here, taking no prisoners today, not in the slightest. Round 5 is in, and they are in a 2-round lead today. And a big lead, not exactly a huge lead, but in the early game, definitely a big lead for LVZ. The last 2 defensive rounds on Hookah and Kitchen have been theirs through and through, and now they're going to be heading to First Floor Blue and a Sunrise Bar on round 5. Jackal gets 6 picked in by Levi out of the buck, and then there's Invincible with the 6th pick out of the Bandit into the French healer, the Doc. And of course, we all know the Doc, the Doc memes, the Doc main memes. Maybe Invincible might want to go for some of those meme spawn peaks. Who knows? He has been trying to go for quite a bit of those today, and we saw him in fact go for a big run out in the last round. Unfortunately, he didn't exactly have a good time. Not at all a good time. In fact, staying down for that long outside of the map definitely doesn't feel that great. I can say that from experience, ladies and gentlemen. However, as it stands. Excuse me, right there. As it stands, the Doc will be a force to reckon with, because even if he doesn't spawn peek, a 3 armor that can heal himself back up to 100 HP after any amount of damage done is a pretty hard operator to kill. And with the way Doc is played, with the way we see Doc played, it gets even harder to kill him. That MP5 is very damaging. That P9, pretty good in taking gunfights, regardless of what the stats may say. And of course, slapping on a black ice on the MP5 doesn't directly hurt either. Shots are fired already on the main door of the building. That's Tsukishima Goat, or, as his name is currently confirmed, anything, trying to play against Roximo Killer inside of reception. No luck so far, but Levi's going to find one. That's Mighty off the board. He's taking a bit of damage himself. There's the Doc coming up, but no Invincible peaked a little too far right. And there's the Wamai running out. Slayer, okay. Lots of aggressive runouts coming out from the side of level 0. 2 of them have failed. The third one doesn't get a kill, but it does. Ooh, unfortunately, there is 1 kill confirmed onto the IQ while Snow takes down Roximo Killer, the man who chooses the run out. It is a very aggressive round coming out from the side of level 0 Esports and Dima's Force today, as it is down to a 2 versus 4. Level 0 caught in a little bit of a pinch. Jones are coming in. Dima's Force, they want to know where exactly these defenders are sitting. There's the smoke inside of Sunrise Bar. He's been spotted. And then there's Slayer. Will the smoke find one? Yes, he does. The headshot comes in onto Notorious. And that is probably the beginnings of a 2v4. Dare I say it? Basilisk has actually moved out. He's on the blue stairs right now. He can find somebody. Will he? Yes, the Jackal goes down and Slayer finds another onto Snow, leaving Cobra suddenly in a 1v2 situation. The Zofia, last man standing inside the first floor office. Suddenly, the tables have turned and level 0 have brought it back for themselves. He's droning. He's got to be careful. Basilisk coming around from the security room could take him out on a flank if the Zofia isn't careful enough. He's pushing up slowly but surely. The smoke knows that he has to be sneaky in this situation. Slayer's doing a good job of distracting, but the Zofia, he doesn't know. He still knows he does now, and he will get 1. Will he get 2? Yes, he will! Oh, Cobra with the clutch, making sure that Demon's Force is very, very good early and mid-round. Do not go to Vayne, as that little rotate he opened up helps him get the kill onto the Wamai, who went for a daring peek right there, trying to coordinate with the smoke. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out today, as we see a 3-2 scoreline going in to round 6. Round 5 goes to Demon's Force, and we're headed to second floor hookah and billiards.
Quite an aggressive play coming on the side of level 0 Esports. I do have to hand it to iBasilisk, equalizing the man count against Demon's Force, but it wasn't enough. Cobra comes up with a 1v2 clutch, eliminating that aggressive plays coming in from level 0 Esports. And with that, round 6 in play, the first half is about to come to an end, as the site is going to be on second floor hookah. Indeed, Levi with those important plays that we actually see it with the C7 ACOG site primary rifle. He actually did get 2 kills, one from the hookah lounge, the other from the billiards room, I believe, and he almost about to get the 3rd kill, where Mighty playing as the Wamai, he also went in for a run out on the side of offices, but unfortunately he won't be able to get that kill. Indeed, looking at the scoreboards, you're going to be seeing a Slayer on the top of the leaderboards, 8 kills in his name, and confirmed Janati aka Tsukushima God will be in the top of the leaderboards, with Levi having the maximum kills. Indeed, 4 to Levi, 4 to Snow, and yep, with that the advantage, round advantage still has favored the side of level 0 Esports. Now, on a map like Coastline, you really don't need a hard breacher, so it's basically more of like a Fragfest Mania. Like, no matter what kind of operators you pick, you need to make sure that it's better for the frag. As we're going to be seeing a run out instantly coming on the side of Invincible. Throws the C4, won't be able to connect. A lot of utilities being used on the side of defenders, especially the Valk. And looks like, again, we're going to be seeing another heavy aggressive plays coming in from Level 0 Esports. As Basil is playing as the Alibi, going for a run out in the aquarium without having any intel whatsoever. So it should be wise for him to reduce a little bit of that aggressiveness coming from Level 0 Esports. And looks like Invincible, he's definitely not out in the game just yet. He actually wants to go really aggressive against those kills. No, actually finds one, eliminating Slayer, but will he be able to find another one? That is the main question here. Invincible deciding to make sure that it's better to not go for a run out. She will be playing very passively, doing as the rumor job, knowing the fact that she actually lost the C4. And look at that shot coming in from Snow. Definitely not giving up, indeed eliminating Basilisk. With that, there's only 3 players left on the side of Level 0 Esports, and looks like their heavy aggressiveness is definitely not working well in their favor. Now we're going to be seeing Gridlock using her track stringers to make sure that they won't be able to, have any pushes coming in, especially on the side of Laundry Room, knowing the fact that they're going to push in from the aquarium. Doesn't know that Mozzie is playing also very close on the desk of aquarium, which should provide a lot of kills, but the Dronos will eventually come in, compromising the location of Mighty, and now he is in a lot of trouble indeed. The ADS will be able to make sure that will deny it, but that C4 might be able to be devastating. Yes, it does, eliminating Cobra. But his job isn't done just yet. He has to reposition himself. He has to be really careful. Doesn't see the Jackal, but definitely sees the Gridlock. Switches off to the pistol, but an instant frag comes in. And just like that, Notorious and Levi will be there for the crossfire angle, eliminating the entire player of Level 0 Esports. And with that, Demon's Force winning their 3rd round on attack. We're going to be seeing a role swap as the end of first half comes in play. Round 7, 3-3 is the score line, equalizing the round. And looks like Demon's Force is going to be defending on first floor kitchen.
Round 7 roll swap is in play, and 3-3 is the scoreline that we have on hand today because of a fantastic attacking round coming out from the side of Demon's Force. A fantastic couple of attacking rounds. In fact, it was, of course, a 2v4 down to a 1v2, all down to Cobra, the Zofia back on round 5 on first floor bars, the 2 blue and sunrise bars, of course. But this round, definitely a lot better coming out from Demon's Force. Now they're on the defense, and Level 0 are on the attack. And on a map like Coastline, where frags and intel triumph over utility, or, well, triumph quite a bit over utility for that, so to say, it's going to be interesting to see how this round pans out. These rounds from now on are going to determine whether or not this match is going to go all the way to overtime, or are we going to see a sweep coming out from either of these teams. Both of them need 4 rounds from here on out to finish out this game. Now, it could be 4 rounds, it could be 8, and we could see overtime. There's a whole host of possibilities in between, as Demon's Force's first out of choice, much like Level 0, right there, is first floor kitchen.
5 seconds to go.
Once again, as Levi is trying to make a bit of a punctual angle out of blue bar into office. He will be able to do that, although that one's a little too wide. He might be, excuse me, again, he might be in a little bit of a spot today, but no, the visual goes for a run out, but Roximo Killer will be the one to take that kill instead. The Zofia only took a quarter HP's worth of damage and retaliated instead onto Notorious. Jaeger's going for a big one as well. He won't be able to find anybody as shots are fired all over the map, as there goes Sakashima Gold. He's going to be taken down, and there's a finger to find one more onto Cobra as 2 big kills are dropped, and Demon's Force trying to play aggression with aggression seems to have not worked out for them in the slightest. 5 versus 2 in favor of Level 0 Esports right now. They are well in the driving seat. Will they find one more? No, the Finka looks to at the wrong time, and Snowball starts things off with the defense taking 1, and that is the Finka of the board. Slayer is down. Drones are now inside. There's Mighty who's inside the site. Snow goes down. Will the last one go down as well? Bandit, he's got it down onto 1, but no, he went to confirm the kill instead of peeking the door, and Roximo Killer will make sure to finish it off for the side of Level 0 Esports. A very quick round 7 roll swap round coming out from the side of both these teams, as unfortunately for Demon's Force, They could not carry the aggressive momentum into their defensive rounds. They've been put to a halt as Level 0 Esports will put themselves in the lead once again. 4-3 is their scoreline going in to round 8.
Well, that was a really great start coming in from Level 0 Esports on attack, and looks like Demon's Force, they actually still think of, sticking it on the same site again, knowing for the fact that the 7th round didn't quite go out well in their favor, especially Notorious 9 with that notorious run out from the VIP balcony. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out well in his end. We're going to be seeing a 6 pick coming in as Basilisk changes from the Sledge to the Iana. Quite a lot of, on the side of attackers, we are seeing a lot of Iana operators being picked on the side of map coastline. Yes, I do kind of agree, because it's most on this specific map. It's always about who's going to get the who's frag, and it's always about it's always about the number of runouts and as well as the spawn kills coming on the side of defenders. But it should be better to always get an information. That's why you always need to bring a Valkyrie with those black eye cams, so that each and every time when the action phase comes in, you have all those information. You can be able to convert those information to get those perfect frags. And just like what the attacker is doing, they are keeping one of the most important drone works, especially one on the side of Sunrise Bar, because that's where most of the runouts come out from. One from Sunrise, one from the VIP balcony, and also one from the officer's spawn pick that they really need to be careful about. And looks like Level 0 Esports, they need to keep the momentum going. Slayer picking up as the Finka might be able to give their players a lot of boost, which would provide a lot of 125 HP. Using that adrenaline boost gives you around plus 25 HP boost, and also a slight fuse reduction when it comes to the recoil, and also high ADS pick. The push comes in from the Iana, that would be the hologram, and looks like that's going to be a heavy push coming in from Slayer as he tries to prone in, making sure that he won't be able to get detected, as a lot of flashbacks being thrown out. But Slayer will be able to... No, that is Basilisk using the nade, eliminating confirmed Janati. And with that, a successful plant coming in on the side of Level 0 Esports, as Demon's Force is stuck to go for this reaction here. Levy and Notorious gets those two important operators, but at what cost? They have planted the diffuser. They only have 30 seconds left. Cobra and Levi making that crossfire angles, but they need to make a move here. Invincible holding. Iana with the holograms will be able to make quite a lot of confusion. They have to go for a push in, but Cobra will be there to immediately deny it. And look at that, Notorious will be there to cover for his teammate as he gets another double kill. All of the teams of Level 0 Esports started to crumble down as finally Demon's Force would just put an end of Level 0 Esports aggressive plays from service entrance. What a defending round coming in from Demon's Force, winning their first defense on round 8 against Level 0 Esports. A really great commitment coming in from Level 0 Esports, planning the diffuser as best as they can, but they did not look for their runouts, nor did they actually did not get to look at the diffuser properly. And with that, the score is equalized yet again. My god, this is actually quite interesting to watch. Level 0 Esports using their aggressiveness to its full potential. It actually did work out quite well in the early rounds, but it did not quite work out well in the post-plan situation here, as we're going to be progressing to round 9. Second floor hookah is going to be the site.
Well, one thing's for certain, that rush plant coming out from the side of Level 0 Esports with the Finka prone for cover, and then Basilisk throwing the grenades, making sure that whoever goes for a peek is taken out. That timing was absolutely... it was hilarious, but it was also amazing to see the Jaeger, of all people, be taken down by a grenade. Ironically enough, he does, in fact, have to worry about those grenades. Don't tear me a new one, everybody in the chat. I know that was a bad joke, but hey, I'm trying to fill in for Foxy's dad jokes today, so, it could be worse, it could be better. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, coming back into the rest of this round, 4-4 is the scoreline. Demon's Force equalizing with Level 0 yet again, making this match as close as possible between both of these teams. They're playing really aggressive right now, and that has been a staple of both Level 0 and Demon's Force. Just in general, a staple of teams in the league. The higher you go in the tiers, the more aggressive it seems to get. Although, it's just in general, our region, the South APAC teams that we have been fairly aggressive as well. So playing aggression with aggression is like playing fire with fire, and while it works, it doesn't always work as well as you want it to. Ooh, there's a big peek coming in from Invincible. He could find somebody off the back of that E1D scan from Ice Basilisk, but he won't be because Levi is going to get position for himself. Most of the defenders actually are not emphasizing on towards Aquarium, but shots are fired by Snow. That's towards the big double window, and indeed no emphasis towards Aquarium. That site is open for take and open for a retake from the side of Demon's Force. Looks like they want to emphasize on Hookah as much as they can. As the drones are going to come in, levels are going to find out that, hey, wait a minute, the side of Aquarium is actually empty. We could make a take coming in from the southern end of the building. Goo mines are coming out, but Snow's going to find one. Roximo Killer is the first one to drop. There goes the Zofia. The Lion's trying to find somebody. The Twitch is already inside of sight, and there's Invincible to find one. Will he find another? No, the F2's out of bullets, and Mighty is going to take his place to go for the plant. There isn't actually anybody below on the vertical line of sight. A shot's been fired, and there goes Tsukishima Goat, finding two. Invincible and Mighty are dropped as Basilisk finds Snow, but gets taken down by Goat as well. It's all down to Slayer suddenly in a 1v3. And Level 0 Esports, unfortunately, seems to have been baited pretty well into coming in from the Aquarium side. From the side of Demon's Force. So that is why they left Aquarium empty and looked like they were not emphasizing at all, when in reality, they wanted to go for a site retake. They were fully prepared to commit to that idea, and it seems to have worked out. But there's one more operator remaining. Slayer, unfortunately, is going to lose his drone on that entry that he's trying to make, and shots are going to be fired. The Ash Charge giving away his position, and he's caught between a rock and a hard place. 1v3 for the last operator standing. Shots fired in his direction. He's somehow alive amidst all of that. 50 seconds remaining, so he's got time to do this, as Notorious could go for a big run out right now. But Slayer's going to hear that. He's decided to drop down. Hearing somebody shuffling around the Sunrise door. Will he see the Legion? Not quite. The Legion has seen him. No, not quite either. Those door frames are just a little too wide. Notorious could swing wide right now as a flashlight comes out. That might find him. It does not, but the Ash will, and that is the Legion dropped. One goes down. It's now a 1v2. Slayer's rotating up the blue stairs, but there's a Goo mine right here as the Legion continues to influence this round, and Slayer's going to flash himself, trying to take that Goo mine out of his shin. Very unfortunate, but he hasn't been pushed. The default camp is spotted where he is, and now he really is in a bad situation. Shots are fired. He was too busy with the barbed wire, and Levi will make sure that Slayer is going to go down. Though Mai takes the last kill with, of course, the AUG on defense, and that puts Demon's Force up on round 9. The victory on Hookah goes to them, as we are now 5-4 on round 10, and it is a lead for Demon's Force.
You know, truth be told, Jack, I actually wanted to talk about the aggressiveness coming in from Level 0 Esports, especially that plant. It would have been better if they just picked as the gridlock, because those smoke grenades will be able to provide, not provide, I would actually say block the lines of sight for a specific operator who's holding a specific angle, so they really don't have to worry about, a specific operator who's holding. They only have to worry about a specific operator who's trying to sprint in. But the thing about Level 0 Esports, they instead took as the Lion, in which all they thought was, it would be better for them to make sure that they would be staying in that position rather than I had a lot of some nitpicks and mistakes when I just wanted to pick down about Level 0 Esports attack, but a really great effort from their attack inside. They actually did get control on the side of Aquarium, but it wasn't good enough as Kushima Goats takes out the entire team currently being situated on the side of Aquarium, giving them the team the winning round that they need, and not being able to worry about the heavy aggressiveness coming in from Level 0 Esports. It's just that it could have been better, that's how I felt. It could have been better, but hey, they actually did a really great job. As we're going to be progressing on to round 10. First floor blue bar is going to be the site, and a lot of utilities will be used, deployable shields on the side of Sunrise bar, making sure that the operator who's currently being holding on the side of blue bar won't be able to have any problems indeed. Actually, not on blue bar, it's on the Sunrise bar, as Cobra, as the castle. He's going to be using his super shorties to make an angle on the side of kitchen, making sure that he can be able to eliminate one of the operators, and especially if you're holding an angle on the side of luggage room. But it looks like Invincible, he's already in the luggage room. He's just going to be droning it out, making sure that he can be able to take out at least one of the specific operators by surprise here. A lot of angles being made. Nook is being very quiet, and he can be able to get one of the important operators indeed, and that should be the castle indeed. That is one frag, but an instant frag immediately comes in from Demon's Force as confirmed Genesis eliminates him. Notorious Man on the other hand eliminating Slayer, but here comes the plant from Basic as he plants from the blue stairs. Mighty gets another one. Notorious pushes him to eliminate the Jackal, and he's trying to diffuse the current situation here. Roximo, the only operator, well, make that another one. That is the last. He actually uses it actually doesn't work out. Roximo with the final kill, but that was actually a great plays coming in from Notorious 9, an excellent ninja defuse coming in from Team Demon's Force as they are currently in the lead. No matter how great level 0 Esports' aggressiveness is, Demon's Force eventually finds the weakness and take care of that situation just like that. Match point is on the favor of Demon's Force. First floor kitchen is going to be the side.
Well then, we all know Capcan in his operator video, he likes to be sneaky. He's talking about, a hunter always takes the first step or something along those lines, watches his step. Exactly, that's what he said. And we definitely watched his step. Not only did he take out Basilisk the planter, he also went in, stuck the counter defuse while everything fell apart. The entire building was figuratively falling apart around him, and he stuck the counter defuse like there's no tomorrow and finished it off for his team. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a play and a half. You could tell that even Baba here was confused as to what exactly just went down.
Bomb located by attackers.
I was basically speechless.
Oh, look at that.
I actually had. Oh, look at that. That was actually
Attackers have
good.
located a bomb.
The synchronized reinforcements. Yep. I mean, it's very rare to see those synchronized reinforcements being made from the defenders. As I was actually wanted to explain about that previous round, I was actually quite speechless on how, Demon's Force, especially Capcan, even though the whole building was about to collapse, Capcan was like, you know what, I have to stick this diffuser. I have to go for it. And like, looking at me when I was spectating on the round, I was completely clueless on what the hell is going on. The amount of aggressiveness that level 0 Esports has been doing, even though we actually do have to appreciate the amount of times that they actually put the match on post-plan situations, and then out of nowhere, Demon's Force takes care of that opportunity in the post-plan situation, which is very difficult to do, Jack. And that's the reason why I was, speechless for the past 10 minutes.
I mean, at the end of the day, something could be said about Mighty playing the IQ in that round. He could have used the RED scanner after getting that kill. Instead of a breach charge, which we did hear the breach charge go off. Kappa took a little bit of tinnitus from that. But at the end of the day, decisions were made, and that IQ scanner will remain a what-if scenario. But Notorious taking out Basilisk, that is not a what-if scenario. That's a fact right now. As Basilisk is off the board, and a C4 comes out, but that will not find anybody snow, unfortunately. Using up a C4 a little too early, he's going to try and go for some aggression right now, and he will find Slayer. Another big drop comes in as an impact grenade flies in Roximo Killer's face. He barely avoids taking that damage as Invincible has made his way into reception. Lots of aggression coming out from both teams. Damage is being done. That's the visual trying to fight somebody outside of the sunrise window. Meanwhile, Invincible, he's very close to kitchen right now. From Genethy, he's going to try and find the head. He misses his shots, and that is Mighty with the G8A1 coming out strong, finding Tsukishima Goat, taking him off the board. It's now a 3 versus 4. Demon's Force, once again, man count lead. They're on match point. The pressure is on level 0 Esports, who are very close to side, but there is Cobra, the Doc, to take down the Zofia on the blue stairs, who was unfortunately unaware of exactly where the Doc was playing. The visual, is he aware? Yes, he is. The sledge goes down as well. Suddenly it's a 1v4. Notorious has a double kill. He'll be healed by the Doc, and now it's all down to Mighty. The G8 comes out. He finds one. Will he find two? No, he takes some damage instead. Lots of shots being fired in his direction, and it's the Doc, I think. Yep, it is. Cobra, the man to confirm, on to the IQ, and that is gonna give Demon's Force the win on round 11. First floor kitchen goes to them, but more importantly, the map of Coastline, it goes to them as well, as DF are your winners, 7-4 in a brilliant turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. A brilliant turn of events indeed. Level 0 Esports, unfortunately, will not be able to win this match. Their unfortunate run in Season 5 continues, but they do have one more chance to make amends, but that is on the second half of the streams today, the second stream, so to speak. But before we get to the second stream, we've got another match coming up in a quick second, and that is Kira Esports taking on Virtual 5 Esports. A huge game coming out to our screens very, very shortly indeed. Stay tuned.
What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power.
Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League powered by LG Ultragear Association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games The Shop. Almost ran out of my breath there, but here's Ghosty with us today on a very nice morning, in fact a very early morning interview for his matches today and tomorrow. That is the finale of Division 1 for Season 5 in the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League. Ghosty, first things first, how are you feeling this morning?
It's a lazy morning as usual. Just woke up like before 1 hour, going through my tea hunts and all. We have
Alright.
up today.
Definitely. Virtual 5 Esports has been on top of the game, and in fact, we would have expected better the way Virtual 5 Esports happened to top on the second spot in Season 4. That is huge. And so, that being said, how does it feel, taking the competitive experience as a player, as Ghost Freak yourself, over the duration? We know as the community, and I myself happen to follow up on you very closely, you had the shift into the league from Reckoning Esports into Virtual 5 following the disband of the team Setso. But before that, it took you a while to get into the league. What was it? Were you like waiting for the right time, right moment for you to make the entrance, or was it just you're not able to find the right mix of players you wanted to play with?
It was for me. I had some personal issues for which I joined in late in this league.
All right.
Then the players was an issue, like my team figuring it out. Once I was in my zone, like I got my team.
All right.
Started with Reckoning, joined in with them, played 2 seasons with them. They're pretty good, but due to some internal personal issues, we had to disband the team, and I joined.
All right.
As for my side, in a pro league scene, I have been in there for a while. It has been 4 years for a journey for me, attending several LANs and playing several online tournaments and being pretty successful in that, except losing finals to in LANs. That has been a regular journey for us. Yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get to see more of Virtual 5 Esports. So, as a player of V5, how has been the experience for you with the new team? And more importantly, it comes down to you, just you being one beast of a player, happening to top the MVP. All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League, powered by LG Ultragear, association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. Almost ran out of my breath there, but here's Ghosty with us today on a very nice morning. In fact, a very early morning interview for his matches today and tomorrow. That is the finale of Division 1 for Season 5 in the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League. Ghosty, first things first, how are you feeling this morning?
It's a lazy morning as usual. Just woke up like before 1 hour, going through my tea hunts and all. We have
all right
up today.
Definitely. Virtual 5 Esports has been on top of the game, and in fact, we would have expected better. The way Virtual 5 Esports happened to top on the second spot in Season 4, that is huge. And so, that being said, how does it feel, taking the competitive experience as a player, as Ghost Freak yourself, over the duration? We know as the community, and I myself happen to follow up on you very closely. You had the shift into the league from Reckoning Esports into Virtual 5 following the disband of the team Setso. But before that, it took you a while to get into the league. What was it? Were you like waiting for the right time, right moment for you to make the entrance, or was it just you're not able to find the right mix of players you wanted to play with?
It was for me. I had some personal issues for which I joined in late in this league.
All right.
Then the players was an issue, like my team figuring it out. Once I was in my zone, like I got my team.
All right.
Started with Reckoning, joined in with them, played 2 seasons with them. They're pretty good, but due to some internal personal issues, we had to disband the team, and I joined.
All right.
As for my side, in a pro league scene, I have been in there for a while. It has been 4 years for a journey for me, attending several LANs and playing several online tournaments and being pretty successful in that, except losing finals to in LANs. That has been a regular journey for us. Yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get to see more of Virtual 5 Esports. So, as a player of V5, how has been the experience for you with the new team? And more importantly, it comes down to you, just you being one beast of a player, happening to top the MVP leaderboards time and time again. How does it feel being so on top of your performance? Just your prime time, where you just happen to be on every single list wherever we happen to mention good players around the league.
So, first of all, starting with my new team, this team has been very supportive to me. The players, the management, the price, and my co-players, Nostalgia, Ropo, Flickshot. They have given me the full freedom to play my own game, for which I've been able to frag out most of the games, and I've been on the list. But I'll totally give it to my team who supports me at every step. Even if I go to bad in scrims or whatever, they are giving me that. You do whatever you want, you do your play. They're not stopping me at all on that. So all goes to them. And as far I know, they trust me and I trust my team.
All right, that's really good. Some great stuff from you, Ghost Freak. Honestly, there's nothing else like having trust between your teammates. So that was some lovely insights we got from you today, Ghost Freak, and I'm wishing you all the best for your matches today and tomorrow. This is indeed the finale, so I'm assuming you guys are going all out, guns blazing in matches today and tomorrow. That being said, that'll be it from Ghost Freak and me, Foxtrot, and we'll be joining you guys in the games. Once again, Ghost Freak, thank you very much for joining us.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear, in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host and analyst, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Mr. Reborn, as we are here for the second match of the final day of Division 1 and the final day of the entirety of the WD Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. The second match at hand is going to be Kira Esports versus Virtual 5 Esports, a match that we've been looking forward to all day, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into it, a quick reminder to all of our viewers to check out the socials of the Esports Club on Facebook and Instagram, and the link down in the description below for the giveaway of a limited edition Rainbow Six Siege PC featuring a Siege-themed PC cabinet. There's only 500 of these across the world, so if you want to have a chance to win one of these for yourselves, check out the Esports Club on Instagram and Facebook, and the link down in the description below for details on how to enter yourselves into this giveaway. With all of that being said and done, the second match of the day is about to go live, as it is Kira Esports versus Virtual 5. A big game indeed, and more on that from Baba Gusta over at the analyst desk. Baba, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you, Jack, for that lovely introduction. Akira Esports versus Virtual 5 Esports. We actually did see Virtual 5 Esports go head-to-head against Union Gaming, and it was one of the most interesting matches that I would love to see. The map was on Villa, and quite an interesting maximum overtime that we get to see, 8-7, but Virtual 5 stole the show. A really great plays coming in from Unknown Gamer, as well as a Ghost Freak with those important frags, clutching each and every round they could have done on defense, and living up the dream as best as they can. Now coming back to Kira Esports, they've currently in the 7th place in the standings, winning only 2 matches, and that I believe was winning against Level 0 Esports, and I guess the last one would be against TRN8 Valiant. So currently they're in 7th place, going up against Virtual 5 Esports. They definitely need to be careful, because the way how Virtual 5 has been playing for the past few days, Kira Esports need to be prepared for all of the gun plays as well as utilities that they need to be ready to be coming back onto. Now Kira Esports, we do still have those star players, especially like Avim and Death Amar, who is notoriously known for his long range SMG 11 kills out of nowhere, and I am really excited to see how it is going to go down indeed. Coming back to the community votes, we're going to be seeing Virtual 5 Esports gaining the community votes indeed, 56% into their favor, whereas on the side of Kira Esports, 44%. So I'm really excited. Like, it's not that much of, high down, low risk. It's almost, almost equalized, as I'd like to call it, but just according to the number wise favoring on the side of Virtual 5 Esports. Will you be able to see Kira Esports make a huge upset? I'm really excited to see definitely about that, Jack.
Absolutely right there. Virtual 5 Esports, they've been playing pretty well this season, fairly well for that matter, while Kira Esports, they could have done a little better. They've had a few hiccups here and there. However, yesterday, the offline game that they had against TRN8 Valiants, the one that Baba mentioned, of course, that was a game that went, according to the results that we have on hand, 7-0. No, actually, that was not Kira Esports. Never mind. That was Monkas. I'm looking at a different result, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get back to that one a little bit later once I have exactly what I'm talking about.
It was actually TRN8 Valiants, Jack. It was 7-3 against TRN8 Valiants.
Yes. There we go. That's the one I was trying to remember. A little bit of a lapse in my memory, ladies and gentlemen. Do forgive me for that. But we're almost in with the match at hand between Kira Esports and V5. We're just waiting for the last player from Kira Esports. Apparently, Catched will be joining us today. At least that's what we're hearing from the side of Kira Esports. So maybe we might be able to see some plays coming out from him. We haven't seen Catched in a while, I believe, at least for a couple of play days. While V5, of course, we did see the interview just a few minutes ago, right before we got to the announcements of the game. That is the beginning of our little pre-game talk session with Ghost Freak, and that was an interview that Foxy managed to catch up to him with and had a little bit of a behind the scenes talk with the man himself, Ghost Freak, a very important player coming in for this league. And right now, playing for V5. V5, of course, with their recent roster changes, have been very, very effective at being and playing aggressive against some of the bigger teams out there. Yesterday, for instance, Union Gaming taking on V5. Of course, UG, we all know that they've had a rough start to Season 5, but they ended on a fairly good note, taking down Demas Force 7-1, but unfortunately losing against V5 8-7 on maximum overtime. And just that match was absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. It was a big game for V5, and they definitely and they definitely pulled out all the stops to make sure that Union Gaming were not able to win even when they needed to. That's the spirit of Siege. You want to make sure that your opponents are they face the loss regardless of how many rounds between you and your opponents remain, the round differential, that is, as we have all of the players in the lobby from the side of Kira Esports. And all we need is the ready confirmation coming in from both teams, as Cafe is going to be the map of choice. Cafe, not a particularly defender-heavy map. Not a particularly defender-heavy map. Not like some maps, say like Theme Park, New Oregon, or Clubhouse. Particularly, Clubhouse comes to mind primarily because, of course, Clubhouse is one of the staple maps of the league, can we say? Before the auto map ban system came in Season 4, we had Clubhouse for days. It was like play days full of Clubhouse, play weeks full of Clubhouse, but of course the past is the past, as we are now in the present, and it is the match between Kira Esports and Virtual 5 Esports that is going live, ladies and gentlemen, on the map of Cafe Dostoevsky, and we're here in the ban phase between both of these teams. V5 are on the defense, so they're gonna have the first ban on the map of on this map of this beautiful Russian map that is perpetually snow covered, mind you. And as the timer ticks down, we're going to find out exactly who V5 bans. Is it going to be the Thatcher, the Thermite, the Hibana, the Blackbeard? No, it is the Jackal who was taken off the board. Jackal, of course, a standard ban, no surprises there. His Inox tracker is fairly annoying to go up against for roamers, even after its fairly recent rework, where, the number of pings depends on the color of the footprint that you actually scan. But of course, it's a rather technical system. I won't get into it right now. The second ban is going to come in, and Kira Esports are going to take down the Thermite. One of the Heart Breachers goes out. In fact, the OG Heart Breacher of Rainbow Six is not in play, and they've made their decision very quickly on their defender to ban, and they're going to be taking down the Maestro. The Italian anchor is off the board, and Maestro is going to face the ban, unfortunately. Evil Eyes, Alda, Bailiff. He's got a lot, and he can use those guns and his utility, his main gadget, to great effect. A good Maestro player is always something you want to watch out for, but V5 will no longer be able to play the Maestro, and they will decide to ban the Valkyrie. All right, decided to take Intel off the board, and Valkyrie, she's a pretty strong operator. Black Eye cameras, MPX, and C4, tons of damage and tons of Intel. She's no longer in play. However, mind you, with that ban phase of Jackal, Thermite, Maestro, and Valkyrie, the Mira is allowed to be in play. Now, even this is something that me and Baba were talking about yesterday. Mira, despite being unbanned in certain matches, we don't see her get played a lot, and that's just down to the fact that teams have learned to play without the Mira. But looks like Ghost Freak will be bringing in the Spaniard defender. No, he won't be. He's instead going to opt to go into the Pulse, interestingly enough. But then again, third floor bar being the side of choice, Pulse might be a more understandable pick. Mira, of course, is more horizontally oriented, while the Pulse, you can use him to play vertical in the absence of the Valkyrie. Speaking of the operators and, of course, the players in the lobby, let's have a quick look at both of the rosters coming in from the side of Kira Esports and V5. For Kira, we've got a Vim, Deathamer, Daft, Rattler, and Catched. And from the side of Virtual 5 Esports, we've got Unknown Gamer, Flickshotter, Nostalgia, Nanny, and Ghost Freak. A very, very well-versed roster coming in from both of these teams. Well-versed rosters, I should say. Messed up my plurals right there, but still, very good rosters, very dangerous rosters coming out. They're going to be playing vertical, horizontal, making use of utilities, rotations, lines of sight, the dark spot hold already coming out from Unknown Gamer. Standard stuff, nothing too special from V5, but of course, we have to wait for the rest of the game to see if they bring out any sort of experimental tactics, and we'll be looking forward to that as round 1 on third floor bar is underway. Jones are going to come in from the side of Kira Esports on the attack. Of course, they know for the fact that there's probably a Pulse playing second floor, and they're going to have to be very careful as Nani is here for cover for with Ghost Freak, that is, and reading room door has been opened. There's a very good emphasis, a very heavy emphasis on the eastern end of the building with 5 attackers. The entirety of Kira Esports are rappelling on the eastern end with a third, I believe that is, of him, excuse me, on the IQ watching the flank run out. Unknown Gamer's gonna go for a big peek. He takes damage instead. That was a little unfortunate, but the man is still alive, and that's what really matters right now, as he has been very influential. Yesterday was pretty influential in the match against European Gaming. Flashbangs go out, grenades go out. It's all gonna come in now, as it looks like Kira Esports wants to make a quick take onto site. More flashbangs are being thrown in. That's going to burn out ADS. It's Ghost Freak on the bottom, just below side, that is. Just below Cocktail Lounge. No, he's not going to be able to find anything. That is a Vim to start things off by taking down Ghost Freak. Big drop right now, as that is the cardiac sensor in C4 that could have been otherwise used very heavily against the side of this attack had they made it up to third floor. Vertical lines of sight are being played, but Nostalgia, he's not going to have enough line of sight to line up the shot, as now it's the Jaeger who's on the chopping block, and he will go down. Vim takes a double, and Nani is off the board, leaving Flitshotter, Nostalgia, and Unknown Gamer the last 3 standing with 1:10 remaining on the clock. Gas canisters go out from the smoke, as Nostalgia has to hold down third floor Cocktail Lounge with his life. And meanwhile, Unknown Gamer, towards the side of Piano, he's going to have to try and hold down White Stairs as well. He's got the MP5K in hand. He sees one. Will he be able to take him out? No, isn't able to. There's somebody from outside of the mid-White Stairs window as well. That's the Nomad Cast watching from a long angle, trying to support his teammates. Nostalgia and Unknown Gamer, both of them are low on HP. Flickshotter, full HP, but with a shotgun and SMG-11 against 5 very angry attackers. I'm not entirely sure how much he'll be able to bring out for himself, as this is a long angle on him. Will he be taken down? No, he's going to find one. Rattler goes down, and now it's a 4v3. Man count is closer to being equalized, but with the health... Excuse me, but with the HP count of both Unknown Gamer and Nostalgia, it might not look that good. In fact, Deathmar's going to go down. Unknown Gamer finds a second one from out of nowhere, and now it's 3 vs 3, but the G8A1, the pre-fire comes in. Will it find one more? No, it won't, but Daft is here for cover as Nostalgia goes down. Unknown Gamer now in a 1v3, 1v2, but Vim might just be revived. Going for the revive could be risky, though Hibana knows this, and that's why she's not exactly going for it just yet. But no, Daft will go for it. No, again, the IQ is just being left to bleed out. Who's trying to go out, trying to get the pistol. We'll find one. Oh, the second one was found as well. But unfortunately, Cast was quick to the trigger to shut down Unknown Gamer. They almost lined up, the players from Kira Esports, but thankfully for them, Catched was able to make sure that the 1v3 did not come out from Unknown Gamer, the Womai. Round 1 has been taken over by the side of the attack. Kira Esports start off strong, as we're going to move into round 2 on third floor bar and Cocktail Lounge.
Well, I do have to give a lot of appreciation to Unknown Gamer getting those important kills, especially when he was holding on Cigar Lounge from to the cocktail window, eliminating one of the important players. That would be Iana, I guess, once she was holding an angle. A really great attempt coming in from Virtual 5 Esports, but nonetheless, Catched was the one to end the reign of terror of Virtual 5. Round 2 will be in play, and third floor bar is definitely going to be the site. So it's going to be pretty interesting, because we actually did see some of the players going head-to-head against each other. So it's going to be really interesting how well it's going to be going down on round 2 instead. We actually did see quite a lot of, denial from utilities, especially the IQ currently being situated from the train museum, making sure that there won't be any utilities presence being detected on the side of Piano Room. But quite frankly, we actually didn't see Kira Esports going for an execute in the piano, but instead we actually see them executing on the white stairs as well as the rappel coming in from cocktail window, in which it actually did quite work out well in their favor. A long angle being established from the Zofia, I believe from the white stairs window, making sure that they'll be able to, it wasn't more about eliminating one of the players on the defenders. It's basically to show them that there is no no rotate whatsoever on the side of white stairs. We're seeing oh, that was almost a really great headshot coming in from Ghostbreaker. Unfortunately, the timing is what it forces him to fall back. Instead, we're going to be seeing two of the players, the Iana and the Ash, going to be situated from the construction side, I believe, and Avim will be doing his normal duties, eliminating any of the utilities being placed from the defenders. Quite an important one indeed, because it will provide a lot of coverage as well as freedom for the attackers to push in, knowing for the fact that they won't be able to use those yokai tones to disorient them, especially when they're trying to go for the plant. Nade comes in. Eventually, one of them won't be able to take it out. I still think that Rattler still has the second nade. He's just waiting for a perfect moment so that Unknown Gamer will be able to take one. And looks like that perfect movement will go on the side of Virtual 5 Esports. And Nani with the first frag, making sure that the defenders won't be able to push in at the right moment, eliminates one of the important players on the side of Daft, as the Hard Breacher is out in play. It's going to be very difficult for the Hibana to open up the walls on the side of Red Room. The Red Stairs, as well as the another one. Meanwhile, Unknown Gamer will be able to find another one. A lot of brief has been coming in as Nani eliminates 3 of the important players on the side of Kira Esports, and just like that, Virtual 5 Esports have control in this current situation. Rattler will be there to eliminate Nani, but at what cost? Still needs to be careful on Ghost Freak on Reading Room. He'll be able to eliminating that quite a bit. A Freezer holding an angle from the stairs, won't be able to get the confirm, eliminating Rattler, but at what cost? They have the man count advantage, and Rattler is slowly taking care of that advantage indeed. Not able to pick up the diffuser, but at what cost? He doesn't have the frag grenades. He only has the GT36, a devastating primary assault rifle, and he needs to find 3 of the important players. He will eventually find one on the side of Piano. He really needs to be careful, because Virtual 5 Esports, they decide to play time. It looks like Unknown Gamer, he actually tries to decide to go for a run-out. He's just going to prep it, but he doesn't have the proper intel, so it would be wise for him to not do it instead. Rattler, this time he's going to be pushing from the red stairs. A lot of pressure being initialized on the side of Virtual 5 Esports. Keep that in mind that Rattler only has 30 HP remaining. He needs to make this play happen. Sees the deployable shield, and in the end, Nostalgia will be there to get the final frag, eliminating a Rattler. And just like that, Virtual 5 Esports will win their first defense. 3rd floor bar goes to them, as we're going to be progressing to round 3. Indeed, a really well coordination coming in from Nani as he takes out 3 of those important operators while he was holding an angle on the side of luggage. But Rattler, he was there to make he actually did try to equalize the route instead, but it didn't quite work out in the end. The crossfire is what Virtual 5 Esports is going to win that specific round against Kira Esports, as we're going to be progressing to round 3. First floor kitchen is definitely going to be on the side, and quite interestingly, we won't be able to see a Mira being played on the side of Virtual 5 Esports.
Not quite yet. Looks like what I was saying earlier in the match back on round 1. The fact is, playing without the meta is something that teams... Oh dear me. I do apologize for that one, ladies and gentlemen. I accidentally smashed my hand into my mic. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for all of our viewers at home. But going back to what I was saying, which is Mira, with her ridiculously high ban rate when it comes to higher ranked and competitive Rainbow Six, teams have sort of had to learn to play without the Mira in use. And while Mira is a fairly capable operator on her own, the one-sided black mirrors, not black-eyed mirrors. What is wrong with me today? Anyway, the one-sided black mirrors offer quite a lot of visual advantage and a lot of cover when used in tandem with reinforcement, or just in general when used and played properly. And when it comes to competitive Rainbow Six, especially like higher ranked and then competitive Rainbow Six, of course, it just goes without saying that Mira will be used in the best way possible, or the black mirrors being used in the best way possible, that is. as that's why she has that high band rate. That's why teams will have to adapt to play without the Mira. So overall, it isn't too surprising to see the Mira not in play, even though Virtual 5 Esports have the opportunity to go for that operator. They won't be. They're going to instead go with what they have gone with all the time, the standard operator pick. You've got the Bandit, you've got Smoke, you've got Jaeger. The Echo, of course, who's allowed to be in play. Maybe if Echo was banned, they'd be taking Maestro. And of course, Ghost Freak with the big anchor himself, Doc, coming out into play tonight. In this match. I was about to say tonight. Third floor emphasis coming out from the side of Kira Esports. They want to make sure that they get all of the roamers, if there are any, on second and third floor. But in fact, there are none. Their drones are going to reveal them to the fact that there is nobody up on second floor. No roamers means that they're going to be able to establish vertical lines of sight going in to sight. Of course, trying to get any of those defenders early. But as it stands, eventually he will find that Echo drone. I don't think he will. The angle isn't quite there because there's a hard ceiling directly above where that Echo drone is sitting. There's in fact somebody on the white stairs. The Smoke's got to be careful as he's tossing out a gas generator already, and he might want to blow that any second now because he could be pushed. Deathmar in the meanwhile, he knows what the Echo's playing, but will the Smoke find him first is the real question. No, he won't. But now the Echo knows. Nostalgia knows that there's somebody on the brown stairs. Already with the Kira Esports, they want to emphasize towards sight and they want to get in there, but they need to take out the stragglers who are outside of sight itself. The Echo, the Jaeger, the Smoke. But verticality is being contested. Desmond is going to take a bit of damage, not a whole lot, a little bit. But he will still not find his sound breach, that is still not going to be enough to find where these defenders are sitting, at least not reveal their positions yet. All defenders are on full HP, and 46 seconds remain as Blanche is trying to push in. So there's wild bar stopping her. She's going to take those wild bars out. Flashbangs go out. Will she find the Smoke? Pushes in, but Rattler unfortunately isn't able to. There's an Echo drone giving away his position, but Katz finds Nanny. In the meanwhile, the Jaeger goes down. A big drop, but is it too late? 30 seconds remain as Unknowing Emma is going to take a retaliation on to Rattler. Shots are still being fired. The Bug trying to play vertical, still not able to find the operators, the defenders where he needs them to be. Flashbangs are going out to try and deny these defenders as a gas canister. Oh, that's a little bit of a miss though. It does go out eventually, but there's the Diffuser drop. There's the Buck drop as well, along with the Hibana. Unknown Gamer and Nostalgia come up with a couple of very important kills as it's all done to catch on the brown stairs against all defenders, and he will go down on the brown stairs in the end. The Bearing 9 comes out from Nostalgia, and he will be the one to take that kill, finish off the side of Kira Esports, and give V5 their second defensive round. Round 3 goes to them on first floor kitchen, and we're going to move to round 4 with V5 2-1 in the lead. Reading Room is going to be the side of choice.
Well, since the third floor bar and kitchen has been successfully defended by Virtual 5 Esports, thanks to Unknown Gamer making those important plays indeed, and also Flickshot as well playing as the Echo, I believe. Wait a minute, was that Flickshot who was playing as the Echo? Just let me check the word. Looks like, yeah, it was Nostalgia. My apologies. It was Nostalgia who was playing as the Echo. But the most important thing that I actually wanted to talk about is how well the smoke canisters was used to make sure that they won't be able to push in from the hatch. Indeed, that was a really great place coming in from him. Indeed, Flickshot, who apparently was playing as the smoke, a really great place. Holding on from VIP launch, knows the fact that they are going to push in from the hatch, even though he actually made a little bit of a misplay with the smoke canisters. He equipped it and he threw it at the right time, decreasing quite a lot of HPs coming in from the attackers when they try to push in. And with that, Virtual 5 Esports in the lead as we're going to be progressing on round 4. Second floor reading is going to be on the side, but we're going to be seeing a lot of utilities being placed from the cocktail lounge, a barbed wire, deployable shield, and quite a lot of ADS is being placed. So basically, they're just going to try to make that specific room as a defending holding site, so that the attackers won't be able to use their skeleton buck key. The Buck's skeleton key. I do have to apologize. I kind of, mix and match one of the most, words that I was trying to say on. But yeah, as I was actually trying to talk about, Death Armor playing as the Buck might prove to be essential when it comes to getting the control on towards the cocktail bar as well as on the bar, to make sure that then that they can be able to use those vertical control, making sure that they can be able to plant on default, holding those rotation holes as cover, holding the angles, making sure that the defense won't be able to get those kill, especially when they're trying to go for the plant. So that will be their plan for Kira Esports. The only problem is that there is one option playing on the side of cocktail room, as being cocktail bar, as we're going to be seeing one of the flashbangs being caught from the magnet nades. It's going to be a matter of time to get those important drones indeed. Excaro's pellets being deployed on the cocktail wall so that he can be able to find an angle indeed. There you go. A lot of flashbangs being deployed, making sure that there won't be any operators currently being present, or is just basically wasting the exhausting, as I would like to call it, the ADSs or the magnet systems, as they have to hold this ground out. Death, Amar and Dav, they are definitely not wasting their time. Indeed, they actually want to get these push so that they'll be able to get that kill. It sees the head, won't be able to go for the connect indeed, as he's going to be going in for the second try indeed. Misses the shot yet again. The push comes in from Bomai and he claims the life of Death Amar. The nostalgia with important kills, but an instant frag comes in from the Hibana. Daft with an important kill. Still needs to be careful on Nani. He's who will be rotating back from the piano room, hopefully to get that important flag indeed. Ghostbreak on the other hand, eliminating Daft. That is the hard breacher gone, and with that they don't have any breach charges except a Rattler with the breaching charge. He can be able to open up the floors on the side of bar, but at what cost? They don't have the diffuser yet because it's dropped on third floor bar. Nani actually sees that he will definitely try to take that opportunity indeed. Currently he's in the new hatch. The attackers don't even know. He actually sees one of the operators currently being played on the side of pillars, opening up the barricade wall, and just as like I was talking about, a Rattler using his breaching charges to open up the walls, and looks like Unknown Gamer with SMG plays, eliminating one, and Ghostbreak also does the same, eliminating a Vim, as it all goes down to catch the Thatcher with one of his EMP nades. He can be able to use to eliminate some of the utilities, but at what cost? The man count is still favorable on the side of Hostel 5 Esports, and Cash is definitely having a bad day indeed. Nani with the push on the white stairs. Thatcher doesn't even know the push comes in. The free fire comes in from the Jaeger, and they don't have a lot of time indeed. 10 seconds left for Cash, as he's also low on HP, has the diffuser in hand. A lot of utilities will come in. Finally ends the life of Jaeger, but at what cost? He only had 3 seconds. And with that, time slowly ticks away as Virtual 5 Esports has successfully defended the site on second floor reading room. What a play coming in from Nani and the Wamai. They had a lot of problems dealing with it, eliminating one of the most important soft breacher as well as the hard breacher, denying them to open up the walls on the side of bar. Gave Virtual 5 Esports the win that they needed. Currently they're in 2 points lead, and we still have 2 more rounds for the first half to commence. The third floor bar is going to be on the site on round 5. Let's see how well Kira Esports is going to be defending this time.
So far, V5 have managed to not only take the lead, but take it pretty comfortably as well. They've lost a few operators right towards the end of the round, but it barely makes a dent in the way they hold on. Regardless, they will not lose their cool no matter how much pressure Kira Esports brings out, and that's why we're seeing them 3-1 up on the scoreline, as they are going to be heading to third floor bar on round 5. 2 rounds away from the roll stop on round 7. V5 have already made sure that Kira Esports will not be able to take the lead. Not be able to take the lead going into round 7 roll stop, because even if Kira wins 2 rounds from now, it's going to be 3-3 equalized scorecard and not a 4-3, 4-2 or a 5-1, of course. It could be a 4-2 or a 5-1, depends on whether or not Virtual 5 Esports are going to be able to bring out themselves. And third floor bar is going to be one of the sites we head to before, of course, we eventually end with Kira Esports on the defense and V5 on the attack. Now, whether or not that will be the end of the match, whether or not we're going to see overtime where the roles will be swapped once again, it's a long ways away, and things could definitely change as we see a couple of spawns on the main river docks area. There's a couple of spawns towards Christmas market. There could be a spawn peak. There is Ghost Freak. He could find one, but no, he's all gonna opt to just just take a shot and then run back. The doc wants to preserve his life for the time being, before, of course, the eventual saying comes in that the only way to save a life is to take one. It's in Doc's own operator video, still to this day one of the best operator videos out there, ladies and gentlemen, if I do say so myself, as Rattler is going to use up both of his impact grenades as the Zofia to take down the hatches. Interesting decision right there. Could have waited for a Vim to come up the IQ with the breach charges as instead of that, we've got the Thatcher EMPs to shut down utilities from the side of the defense. Of course, Thatcher is due for a big nerf as of Year 5 Season 3 where his gadget will only disable and not break defender gadgets anymore. Currently, apparently it's a little bit inconsistent, but right now on the gamer, he's gonna have to pull back because those flashbangs, they are not inconsistent, not in the slightest. Ghost Freak, he's trying to swing wide on this. The drones are going to spot exactly where he is, forcing him to pull back as slowly but surely piano control has been taken up by Kira Esports. Well, my magnets are going to catch those Zotac concussive grenades, but there's a soft breach coming out onto the main plant area. One of the default plant areas, that is, on site itself. It's been opened up. That was Dathomar right there. Daft is the one with the diffuser. He's going to have to make a decision to go either for the desk or for that breach that has just been opened as more drones are coming out. Kira Esports definitely have a good drone economy in this round, but will that save them? Oh, Rattler sees the ping, takes the kill. Unknown Gamer drops. And that's a big one right there. The wall bang coming in from the side of Kira Esports puts them in the man count lead with a minute remaining. Daft, he's got to watch out for those Echo drones. Ghost Freak is going to find one in the meanwhile. Rattler goes down. The refrag is in. 55 seconds remain as the gas canister goes off. That's going to do a little bit of damage to Vim, but he's got a lot of HP remaining. Daft, he wanted to go for the plant, I think, but of course, the gas lingers for just a little bit longer than he thought as he's going to try again. There could be yet another gas grenade. No, Flix is going to throw that in. There we go. And the EMP's a little bit too late. It will disable the yokai drone, mind you, but it might just come back by the time of course, plant can go off again. Deathhammer in the meanwhile drop one, but he's going to get refragged onto Flickshotter takes that as the plant will be attempted. Not quite. Daft knows that he's in a dangerous position if he wants to go for that with probably not ample cover. And there goes the Thatcher. He dropped down the skylight and was taken out by Ghost Freak for his trouble. As now Daft is pushing the site. So does a Vim. It's a 3 versus 2. All down to these last two attackers. As will the SMG find one? No, Flickshotter. He takes a lot of damage, but a Vim takes Ghost Freak and Daft goes down, and so does a Vim. Right at the end, Nostalgia is the one to take a double kill as the smoke, he acted a little bit as distraction, though Hibana was a little too busy chasing him down. And then, of course, there was a Vim, the IQ, by the default plant spot. Nostalgia, having the intel, makes the peek, takes the kill, the heads are popped, and that gives the side of Virtual 5 Esports round 5. They're taking this lead farther and farther ahead for themselves, and it is 4-1 on round 6, and we're headed back to first floor kitchen service and kitchen cooking.
Well, looks like Kira Esports, they've only won one attack, and that was on the first round, third floor bar. I do have to, appreciate a lot of, important frags being displayed, especially Rattler with that wall bang. Immediately when he sees the ping, he just immediately converts it. A really great pace coming in from Rattler and Amar indeed. But the most, game-changing was none other than Flickshot was playing as the smoke. He actually took that risk by pushing in from the white stairs, knowing to the fact that there were quite a lot of operators currently being situated from Piano, Cigar, and in white stairs. Then taking care of that control, eliminating Ash, gave Virtual 5 Esports the opportunity to make that comeback, and that comeback was supreme indeed. Round 6 will be in play. First floor kitchen is going to be the site. We would be seeing the same operators being picked from the same place. Indeed, quite a lot of decent picks. It's just the only change that we're going to see is the defenders will try to make sure that the bakery control won't be able to get in the hands of Kira Esports as best as they can. That's the reason why you see quite a lot of rotations being made on the kitchen, the kitchen room, which connects from the bakery, and you have an ADS being placed. Quite surprisingly, we won't be able to see a deployable shield nor a Vamai Jaeger combo being played on the side of bakery, which is quite interesting to see it. I believe Nanny's ADSs will be placed on the side of kitchen and service, the kitchen and cooking room, just to make sure that if they actually go for a nade play, that will be able to deny it. I mean, I won't, I really don't want to criticize about it. Yes, I do understand that the ADSs are quite used in different locations, but it actually very effective if you use it with a deployable shield. If you combo it with utilities, that's how powerful the utilities are going to be. Just take an example from the deployable shield. Deployable shield, the ADSs as well as the Bombai Magnet Nades, which provide quite a lot of important kills indeed. As we're going to be seeing the Excaros bullets being taken out from none other than Nani, who's going to be playing on the side of the courtroom, which would provide one of the utilities being wasted. And it looks like Kira Esports need to take care of that opportunity as best as they can. Ash's breaching charge is being used. Not quite sure where it was being used indeed, as we're going to be seeing quite a lot of rotates being made as Rattler. He's going to be making that first kill indeed, eliminating Ghost Break, providing the control on Bakery in their hands indeed, as one of the ADSs gets a caught off KSOU lifeline. Maybe a concussive nade, definitely not a KSOU lifeline. It was basically an impact nade indeed, as the second Excaros spell is being used to provide an angle from the prep room, as Nani is in for a flank peek of leg shot. On the other hand, with the SMG plays eliminating Deathhammer, but looks like Kira Esports have the upper hand. Getting control of Bakery would provide them quite a lot of angles and also an important kills indeed if they don't be careful indeed. And just like I talk about it, Rattle will be able to get one, but Nani will be there for the immediate refrag, eliminating a Vim, but at what cost? They already have the control on the side of Bakery, but need to be careful because there is flick shot control of Train Museum, using the vertical control at his disposal, making sure that the attackers won't be able to push in, as Daft is going to go in for the plant. It's going to be a matter of time where they actually get to know where exactly that they're going to plant in. No, they won't. The diffuser is successfully planted as Nani gets another one. He actually able to get the third as well. Nani with the important plays, eliminating 3 of the important players, and it's now all down to Daft, as he's playing on the small Bakery as well as on the Bakery as well. Rattler on the other hand gets a triple kill from the grave as he eliminates Nostalgia. The smokes being thrown away, making sure that they'll be able to go for the plant. Indeed, the defenders, I believe, yes, they actually finds the clue on where exactly the location is. The plant goes in, but what a wall bang from Daft as he eliminates Nani, as it all goes down to flick shot as he's pushing in from the preface. He eliminates it, but he doesn't have enough of time. He only has 4 seconds, and just like that, Kira Esports with well-connected plays. Kira Esports, they're going to be winning the second attack indeed, and just like that, that will be the first half coming in. An excellent attack plays coming in from Kira Esports as we proceed on to round 7. What an incredible plays, what an incredible wall bangs, and indeed what great post-plan situation coming in from both of the teams. I have absolutely zero idea how well it's going to be turned out, but we'll actually get to see that action in the second half indeed. Round 7, second floor reading room, Kira Esports on defense.
Well, it's 4-2 in the favor of Virtual 5 Esports on round 7 rolls up, ladies and gents, and that is Kira Esports on the defense now, are going to be going to second floor reading a room. They temporarily decided to go to third floor bar, but looks like they've changed it up and decided to go into second floor reading room instead. They've got the pulse in play. Rattler, we saw him take that 6th pick, I believe, as they've got the castle as well, bringing in Catched with the double FBI, along with the double SAS, Vim and Daft bringing in the smoke and the mute, and then Jaeger to round things out. Now that I look at it, actually, the defensive team is full of all vanilla siege ops, or legacy siege ops, as you know, I believe they're called in all of the packs and advertising. I'm not entirely sure if it's legacy or vanilla. Still, OG ops of siege, who have been here ever since day one in 2015,
5 seconds to go.
are here to play, and oh boy, this should be very interesting indeed to see what we are going to be shown from the side of Kira on the defense. They've got deployable camps, they've got a cardiac sensors, they've got ADSs and meat jammers, smoke grenades, and of course the castle barricades to make sure that this plan works out. Virtual 5 on the attack, however, they're going to be looking to keep their momentum that has only been dented a little bit after that last round that they had against Kira Esports. It was very well done, mind you, by Kira to get into sight and get in that quickly. But the pulse could be found. Does he know where the echo's coming in from? Does the smoke know where the echo's coming in from? No, they don't. That's the mute on the board. That's a big kill. And will the pulse be found? Yes, he is. The cardiac system was not facing the right way, and suddenly Flickshotter with a rush into second floor has turned the tides around very quickly, as Ghostwing's gonna find one more. Deathhammer goes down. It's a 2v5, And ladies and gentlemen, Kira Esports have been taken by storm. Nostalgia's going to find a Vim, and that's going to leave Catch in a 1v5 situation. The drones are spotted where he is on the white stairs. The plant might go off any second now. There's somebody coming in for fireplace, but there's a Nomad on the 90 hallway. Unknown Gamer comes in, takes the kill, Catch drops, and Virtual 5 Esports with a very, very quick take on second floor reading room are going to shut down the defensive team of Kira Esports on round 7, taking that round for themselves. And oh boy, Kira Esports, they needed to set up quicker indeed. The setup was definitely incomplete, and Flickshotter just came in, took the kills, giving the signal for the floodgates to open, as we're going to be heading back to the second floor reading room and fireplace hall on round 8.
Well, that was unexpected indeed. A flake shot eliminating two of the important operators. The amount of tongue twisters that we're having currently is exquisite, don't you think, Jack? Like, even I also have a little bit of problems trying to pronounce one of the specific words. But anyways, round 8, it looks like Kira Esports will be defending yet again on second floor reading room, and hopefully they'll make sure that they'll be able to complete the amount of, placements as well as rotation holes being made from Kira Esports, and make sure that the roaming, I would say the rush, won't be able to happen yet again. With that keeping in mind, we're still going to be seeing quite a lot of new operators being picked here. Rattler playing as the Mozzie with the Commando 9 SMG. Most of them would prefer the P10 Ronin, but it's up to the player's perception on what kind of guns you may want to buy. Now, like, if you do want to compare the Commando 9 and the P10 Ronin has a great fire rate, but also has less amount of damage. Whereas on the side of Commando 9, it has, great magazine capacity, great amount of damage, but it has a slight problem when it comes to fire rate. And, the thing about Siege is the more fire rate you have, the more fire rate and accuracy you have, the more opportunities for you to get those important kills indeed. And with that, action phase will be in play, as Jat Amar will be playing all by himself on the first floor bar, doing his duty as the roamer, making sure that aggressive plays from Virtual 5 Esports won't be able to make it yet again. And looks like Virtual 5 Esports wants to do the things the strategic way, using the X-Kairos pellets. Alright, that's quite interesting. I mean, you could have used Nani's impact knees to open it up, but quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing Hibana using her X-Kairos pellets to open it up. Yes, it actually quite works out, knowing the fact that the side is on second floor fireplace hall, and Hibana having one more of her X-Kairos pellets, it can be able to open up the walls. There you go. I believe that is Ghost Brick using his breaching charge to open up. Never mind. That was quite weird. Alright, yeah, but like, even I'm also quite confused about what is going on. But yeah, like, I thought the push comes in from Nani as he eliminates Death Amar quite unusually. Looks like quite a lot of push will immediately comes in, and calculated. No, not calculated. It's Cash who's going to fall back from the hatch, as from the attackers using the breach charges to open up the walls of not the walls, it's the armor panel of Castle, as he immediately drones out, making sure that there isn't any operators currently being situated from the cocktail bar. And just like that, the attackers have the control. The only thing that they need to do is use what a lot of sword breach utilities, and that utilities comes into play for Kira Esports, eliminating Unknown Gamer. Cash going for a gunfight against Nani, decreasing quite a lot of HP, but still needs to be careful of Ghost Brick, as he does the wise decision of falling back indeed. Nostalgia and Flickshot doing his duty by opening up the floors of Cocktail Lounge, in which they have quite a lot of angles to take care, especially on the side of Fireplace Hall. And looks like Cash will be able to take that operator indeed, eliminating Nani once again, who's going to be situated from the pillars, as he eliminates one of them. And with that, Virtual 5 Esports is definitely not looking good indeed. 2-man down, and Kira Esports is looking strong on defense. Quite a lot of positions and angles being placed, as they're total holding on the side of second floor fireplace room. It's going to be a matter of time when Virtual 5 Esports goes for that execute, as one of them will be holding an angle right from above. They only have 10 seconds left. They have to go for the push. They have to go for the default plan. Here comes the smoke. Gas canisters denying Quickshot going for the plant. The C4 comes in to confirm it anyways. Rattler with that important kill. SMG 11 with the... Oh my goodness, a Vim with that final frag, eliminating Nostalgia with that pre-fire coming in, eliminating the important operators of Virtual 5 Esports. And just like that, Kira Esports dominating on defense by unlocking their first win on defense, successfully defending on second floor reading room. As we progress to round 9, third floor bar is going to be the side, and this match has a higher possibility of going this match to overtime, looking on how well Kira Esports has successfully defended on. As we'll see how it's going to be turning out for them.
Well, second floor reading room working out for the side of Kira Esports very well indeed, even if there was a little bit of a chaotic kill trade right towards the end. It was too little and far too late for the side of Virtual 5 Esports, as they were, that is of course,
Defenders,
Kira
protect your bombs
Esports
from
were
being
able
defused by
to
attackers.
make themselves comfortable with the push, with the defensive push that they have for themselves, the defensive plan. The strategies came out, and now they're on third floor bar with a Mira in play. That's right, Catch is bringing in the Spaniard defender, who is going to be very important to this hold, I think. They're probably trying to go for that long angle all the way from the white corridor straight through the cold room into into piano. That is a pretty interesting and a pretty powerful angle, although the reinforcement setup.
Must locate and defuse the bomb.
Okay, we'll have to see how this works out. This is something I don't think they meant to do it this way, but at the same time, the rotations need to be made. Of course, the standard rotates, so who knows? Maybe this is a plan from Kira Esports, a secret plan with a new angle that they're trying to test out. It could be, it could not be. It could just be the fact that I may or may not have missed this kind of a hole, and maybe not seeing it in a while has made me forget exactly where those lines of sight go out. There could be a lot of reasons, excuse me, right there, as we're going to head into the rest of round 9. Nanny on the reception door, as Ghost Freak is going to come all the way to the second floor. He knows there's a pulse in play, but will he be able to find the pulse this time? Flickshotter, he is distracting the pulse quite a bit, but Daft, he knows for a fact that there might be somebody else. Ghost Freak, he did not see the pulse pull through into reading. He will hear the back kick go out, though he might try for a wallbang. Not quite. As Daft, he's being pushed. There's Unknown Gamer right outside on the other side of the wall next to him. There's going to be shots fired from inside of reading corner. There we go. But the Pulse is not only alive, he's in a safe position. And Deathamer is going to find one onto Unknown Gamer. And that was probably peeking Skylight. Pretty big kill. Pretty big drop indeed, as Nanny's going to take some shots as well. That's a UMP trying to wallbang as more shots are fired. But somehow Daft is getting away with this. C4 comes out. Will it find him? Yes, it will. Nanny goes down, as that was a Kobe and a half. But Ghost Freak's here to take a retaliation onto Deathamer. That's a big drop for the side of the defense. Wamai going down a little earlier than they would have liked. However, there is still the pulse in play. Ghost Freak, he's trying to find where, of course, his fellow FBI is, but no, there's a vertical angle being watched at the reading door by a Vim, and there's the drop on the Flickshotter as well, as Daft collects his second, and Nostalgia is the last one standing in a 1v4. And not a good situation to be in, even if there is a full minute remaining. As it looks like V5, their attempted push fell back hard. And yep, there we go, just as I suspected. Nostalgia is going to be sitting up at the top over here, not really bothering too much with where the defenders are. And the defenders, of course, they're just going to be holding on to side. They know that there's no need to get greedy. And Nostalgia is giving time for his teammates to convene and hold in, and hold this this site. There's an angle in from pillars that Nostalgia will see. The pulse is down. Daft, finally, he takes enough damage to be downed, but he's behind that big pillar. So unfortunately for Nostalgia, he won't be able to collect on that kill. Now he's faced with the cigar shop door. Will he throw flashbangs? No, he won't. He's just going to drop instead. There's probably a bullet hole angle being used by the Jaeger. That is going to do some damage, but not enough to down him. That's Nostalgia. He's going to get the Baron now. Will he find a kill? Not quite. There's Rattler. Swings around. Takes the kill. And that is going to give the side of defense. That is Kira Esports round 9 on a third floor bar. As round 10 is underway, it is 4-5. Still in favor of V5, mind you. They are still 1 round away from the match point. However, they are also 1 round away from being equalized. That is the big question right now. Kira Esports, they brought it back quite a bit, up from 5-2 to 5-4 as they're headed to first floor kitchen service and kitchen cooking. But will they be able to make the comeback complete? Because after this, they still have to go for the match point and then the victory. And will they be able to? We'll find out in just a moment.
Well, to be quite frank, the way how Versus 5 attack has been going on, we actually did see them successfully, claiming Kira's site on round 7 when they were defending on second floor reading room. Quite an unexpected turn of events. Nostalgia getting those 2 important kills. I believe. No, man, that was Flickshot was playing as the IQ, the G8 LMG, eliminating 2 of the important operators on Kira Esports. And after that, Kira Esports start gaining back the momentum, getting those 2 important kills on defense. Basically, Kira Esports is definitely motivated to win against Versus 5 Esports. And with that 4-5 scoreline, there is a higher possibility where they might gain the lead, or basically they might turn this thing around. Avim with the shotgun, he'll be able to make a rotation from the bakery, and also a deployable shield. Quite interestingly, not at the front of the desk, but a little bit behind, which connects through from the small bakery, which provides a lot of rotate possibilities for them. So and also the if you actually do place the deployable shield right from behind the decks, it would provide a lot of opportunities for the attackers, basically baiting them to entering inside the bakery, and with that they'll be able to get those important kills indeed. Rattler, this time he'll be playing on the side of VIP corridor with the deployable shield being placed on the side of VIP. The only problem is I think he's just going to be I think he'll just be able to go for the meeting, the roaming duty instead with the AUG. Looks like the pings will eventually come in, making sure that there is some of the utilities of the Vamai's nade. Just going to make sure that they won't be able to, the KSO lifeline won't be able to get caught from the Vamai's magnet nades. And looks like that drone coming in from Nostalgia might be able to get quite a lot of important angles indeed. Look at those 2 important drone works, knowing exactly where their location is. The ping eventually comes in as Draft will be able to take out the drone. Not exactly why the attackers will be able to ping them, knowing the fact that there is. It could have been better for them to just go for the callouts instead, but eliminating one of those drones might give the advantage on the side of the defenders. As we'll be seeing the first strike comes in, a Nanny eliminating that Amar. My goodness, where was that? That's quite interesting. I believe he was actually trying to get an angle instead, but that's actually quite interesting indeed. I have absolutely zero idea on how Nanny actually got the kill on. As we'll be seeing the nade coming in, try to eliminate one. He actually will be able to decrease not a lot of HP from Daft instead, but the pings eventually come in, providing a lot of problems and pressures on the side of Daft, as he's going to fall back indeed yet again from the kitchen with the deployable shield being placed on the side of prep room, providing them a lot of cover. But sad to say that the control is still on the favor of Versus 5 Esports. They got control on the bakery. Now all they have to do is eliminate the operators on kitchen as well as on cooking, making sure that they'll be able to go for the plant indeed. But here's the thing, they have a Capitao. Those smoke poles will be able to block the lines of sight, but won't be able to go for the push. That's where the C4 comes into play. That's where the vertical lines of sight comes into play, as Rattler is holding in. All they're waiting is the specific execution coming in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. But looks like that works out well on the side of Ghost Freak, eliminating Daft, but still needs to be careful that there is Rattle playing also very close. And just by that execute comes in, they'll be able to take one. C4 comes in, won't be able to get another kill indeed. The smoke comes in yet again. They only have 16 seconds left. Nostalgia eliminating Avim gives them the opportunity. They don't know that the Bomba is being played right from above, as Catch eliminates Flickshot, and with that, Rattler and Catch, they are the only two operators left. He actually eliminates the diffuser being planted. They only have 4 seconds left as Rattler eliminates each and every player, and just like that, Nani with that hero. With a perfect execute coming in, as Virtual 5 Esports will yet again win their first attack against, no, that was actually not the first, the second attack winning against Kira Esports. My oh my, well, that was a really great execute coming in from Virtual 5 Esports, and just like that, they are in match point as we progress on to round 11. Second floor reading room is going to be the site. Looks like Kira Esports, they need these 2 important wins to win against Virtual 5 Esports, or else they will steal the show against them. What is going to happen? What will be the end game? Only time will tell. Match point on the side of Virtual 5 Esports.
Second floor reading room is a side of choice, and it is going to be the site where we see the showdown come in as 6-4 match point has been confirmed. But V5, they are still 1 round away from winning, and that 1 round can put a lot of pressure on both sides of the coin right now. Kira Esports, if they allow that pressure to get to them, then unfortunately for them, they will not be able to, of course, win out the rounds. However, V5, they are under just as much pressure to actually get this round under their belt. Now, of course, these two teams being who they are, they've been in match point situations similar, and even in 6-5 situations in a lot of matches in and out of the league, of course. So they are, excuse me, they're probably used to the kind of pressure that this brings, but at the end of the day, you might be used to it. But playing in a game of Rainbow Six Siege, even being used to pressure, doesn't mean you're completely immune to it. Right now, it's a second floor reading. There's going to be heavy emphasis on the second floor, as Kira Esports will be using those vertical lines of sight just in case sight itself gets taken over by V5's attackers. V5, in the meanwhile, that last attack round that they had pushing in through Big Bakery there was a very, very good push from Big Bakery indeed. They burnt out a lot of chip damage to the defenders as well, and unfortunately, even when the diffuser was denied, it was not enough denial coming up from the defenders. The diffuser denial, the plant denial that is, that they did get was just not enough, as the diffuser was of course recovered. Rattler tried to do a little bit of work from the red stairs, and he was taken down by Nani, the Zofia, to clean up on the last remaining defender. That's what we get to see in that round, as right now we've got Flickshotter. I believe he's opening up the mid white stairs window. He is, but there's somebody playing very close, and that is Catched. Low on HP. Flickshotter knows that there's somebody here, but Catched, as soon as he starts moving, he could be under fire from the F2, a very powerful gun. Even with its nerfs, it still remains one of the more powerful guns to exist in Rainbow, but Catched, he will be able to escape safely. 45 remains as the C4 comes out, but unfortunately Mossy C4 was wasted right there. Rattler, he thought there was somebody above him he could get, but no damage done to any attacker, means that Daft is the only one with the remaining C4 on the side of Kira Esports. There we go. Deployable cams are going to find where the sledge is pushing in from. That's a lot of intel that's being traded right now to the defenders on Cocktail Lounge. You can sort of see the way that Kira Esports are setting up slowly but surely. They know where the push is coming in from, and Dav C4 will find somebody that's Ghost Freak, but an air jab sends the Mozzie flying down the red stairs, and that's going to give away his position. But Kira Esports, they're looking strong. They might just be able to take this round. There's some minutes remaining. Deathhammer's going to find one of the flick shot, and oh, the Sophia misses! Rattler turns around, takes the kill onto Nani, and now it's Unknown Gamer and Unknown Gamer Nostalgia, excuse me, the last two remaining on the side of Virtual 5 Esports. We saw this come out from we saw this come out yesterday from them, as now it's a 2v4. Bearing came out from Nostalgia right there, as he will take the first kill. But it's a 2v4. 35 seconds remain for the side of the attack, as they need to make this push happen. They do have the diffuser, so they might be able to extend the timer, but do they know where the castle's playing? No, they don't, but the shots are fired, and Catched is very low on HP. Unknown Gamer's trying to go down the white stairs. In the meanwhile, 20 seconds and less, the timer's counting down, as the drop has to come in any second now. Cast has a good position, but if he forfeits this, it could be deadly for the side of Kira Esports. Vice is being watched and attempted wallbang, but no, the Ivan is going to find one, wants to find another. Shots are being fired. The Typing 9 runs out. The Bang 9 comes out. Will he find one? Nostalgia's got a triple. The plant has to go off. It's a 1v2 suddenly, as in the meanwhile, Deathamer and Rattler, they need to find where the diffuse is going off. Will they be able to know they won't? The plan does go out. The Bang 9 comes in, but not enough. As unfortunately for the side of the attack, Nostalgia menacing at the plant of Unknown Gamer was popping off as well. But even if the 2v5 went to a 2v2, it was a 1v2 and then a 0. Unfortunately, it was a v5. Excuse me. Unfortunately for the side of v5, they are not going to win the match out. Not just yet. Kira Esports hold on against all odds as we are now on round 12. And it is the round of ones. And why do I say that? Because it's one round for the side of v5 to win and one round for the side of Kira Esports to equalize and go for the match point. And of course, the deciding round, the deciding site of the deciding round will be on third floor bar and cocktail lounge, as the meter will be 6 picked out for the Goyo, and round 12 is a go.
Well, round 12 indeed, the deciding factor to see whether this match goes to overtime, or will Virtual 5 Esports claim their win against Kira Esports on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. Only time will tell, as the side is going to be on third floor bar. We're going to be seeing a 6 pick coming in as catch to 6 picks from the Mira to the Goyo, quite interestingly, because I mean, here's the thing, it's very interesting to see how well the teams are, coordinating, even though that they actually do feel like there isn't a necessity for a Mira being played. But those Goyo shield might prove to be effective indeed. Those Vulcan shield, by placing it on, especially where the attackers try to default plant, and using that to its advantage, eliminating one of those will provide quite a lot of wasting time for Kira Esports, especially for Goyo indeed, making sure that they won't be able to get those kills. And also, looks like that he's going to be using the Goyosha Vulcan shields at the piano room instead. Yes, it's actually quite good when it comes to holding an angles indeed, but really needs to be careful, because you actually need to have a lot of ADSs as well as the magnet systems being placed. And looks like Deathamer, he actually wants to place some of the magnet nades, making sure that the Nomad, if he actually uses her air jabs, that's where he can be able to get the surprise element. But sad to say that Flickshot will be able to find those magnet systems, and we will be there to eliminate it, making sure that the air jab will be perfectly in place and that run out won't be able to be in effect indeed. Quite interesting, we're going to be seeing one of the Goyo shield being placed, and also a deployable shield being placed on the side of bathrooms indeed, providing quite a lot of cover for them, and also a little bit of denial indeed. Basically, if the attackers do indeed arrive on the side of piano, that Goyo shield will be there as a backup device. Basically, yeah, as a backup device indeed, making sure that if they do get the control on piano, they will make sure that they will waste quite a lot of time on the side of Virtual 5 Esports. Now, coming in, the drone was coming on the side of attackers. They'll get to know what kind of they're positioning their utility placements on where exactly is, and according to that, they're actually going to go for the executing flashbang being thrown, making sure that not any one of these ADSs or magnet systems will be there to eliminate it, take it out. And looks like one of the flashbangs will be able to blind one as a nade comes in right from the freezer, taking out the deployable shield, but still the operator is still alive. Vim takes quite a lot of quite a bit of a damage indeed from the nade, as one of the Sophia's KSOU lifeline will be there to take out the Goyo shield, which makes the operator fall back from the bathrooms instead. They don't have any rotation, I believe, which would give a lot of problems, because for the defender, especially Ratter, he needs to hold his ground, and he will definitely do that indeed. Nani is off the board, and with that, already one player gone. Make that an equalizer. Nostalgia eliminating Cash indeed. They're almost inside the side, and a nade comes in from Flickshot, eliminating a Vim right from the freezer. And just like that, the problems is still on Kira Esports, Daft playing on the pillars, making sure that if there is one person pushing in from the new hatch, he can be able to use the C4 to go in for the execute. Nostalgia is currently in the new hatch. Daft can go for the C4, throws it out, won't be able to connect indeed. Virtual 5 Esports is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. Ghost Freak will be there to eliminate Daft, and just like that, Amar and Rattler are the two only operators remaining. One playing from White Cigars, make that a 0 indeed, as it all comes down to Vamai, and he is down indeed. Virtual 5 Esports with an excellent attack. They're going to immediately destroy the defense of Kira Esports and claim their win on Map Cafe Dostoyevsky. Really great plays coming in from Kira Esports as well as on Virtual 5 Esports, as they're going to claim their win against them. Wonderful plays, an exciting matchup, and also some extraordinary plays coming in from the team. And with that, that was a really great match indeed.
A fantastic game coming out to round out Virtual 5 and Kira Esports game, and the first entire stream of the first half of the final day of the entirety of the TEC Rainbow Six Siege League. Ladies and gentlemen, that is right. The first half is done with, and we'll be back on the second half very, very shortly with 3 very exciting games indeed. And those are going to be Level 0 versus Monka S, Mercenaries versus Virtual 5, and then Mercenaries again versus TRN8 Valiants. That's right, V5, Level 0, and Mercenaries, they have 2 games each today, and they'll be looking to make the most of those. V5 and, of course, Level 0, they've played their first sets, and they'll be playing their second sets very soon. But a quick overview of what we had in the first stream. Win the first game on Coastline, it was Demas Force versus Level 0, and unfortunately, Level 0's unfortunate performance this season continues. Demas Force took that match 7-4, and of course Kira Esports versus V5. V5 were the ones to win it 7-5 in their favor. Overtime was denied, unfortunate for the side of Kira Esports. With all that being said, that is going to be it for this first stream. We're going to be back with the second one in just a couple of hours. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League, powered by LG Ultragear Association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. Almost ran out of my breath there, but here's Ghosty with us today on a very nice morning. In fact, a very early morning interview for his matches today and tomorrow. That is the finale of Division 1 for Season 5 in the WD Black, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League. Ghosty, first things first, how are you feeling this morning?
It's a lazy morning as usual. Just woke up like before 1 hour, going through my tea hunts and all. We have up today.
Definitely. Virtual 5 Esports has been on top of the game, and in fact, we would have expected better. The way Virtual 5 Esports happened to top on the second spot in Season 4, that is huge. And so, that being said, how does it feel, taking the competitive experience as a player, as Ghost Freak yourself, over the duration? We know as the community, and I myself happen to follow up on you very closely, you had the shift into the league from Reckoning Esports into Virtual 5 following the disband of the team Setso. But before that, it took you a while to get into the league. What was it? Were you waiting for the right time, right moment for you to make the entrance, or was it just you're not able to find the right mix of players you wanted to play with?
It was for me. I had some personal issues for which I joined in late in this league.
All right.
Then the players was an issue. My team was figuring it out. Once I was in my zone. I got my team.
All right.
Started with Reckoning. Joined in with them. Played 2 seasons with them. They're pretty good, but due to some internal personal issues, we had to disband the team, and I joined.
All right.
As for my side, in a pro league scene, I have been in there for a while. It has been 4 years for a journey for me, attending several LANs and playing several online tournaments and being pretty successful in that, except losing finals to in LANs. That has been a regular journey for us. Yeah. That's all from my side. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get to see more of Virtual 5 Esports. So, as a player of V5, how has been the experience for you with the new team? And more importantly, it comes down to you, just you being one beast of a player, happening to top the MVP leaderboards time and time again. How does it feel being so on top of your performance? Just your prime time, where you just happen to be on every single list wherever we happen to mention good players around the league.
So, first of all, starting with my new team, like this team has been very supportive to me. The players, the management, like the price, and my co-players, Nostalgia, Ropo, Flickshot. Like they have given me the full freedom to play my own game, for which I've been able to frag out most of the games, and I've been on the list. But I'll totally give it to my team who supports me at every step. Even if I go do bad in the scrims or whatever, like they are giving me that. You do whatever you want, you do your play. They're not stopping me at all in that. So all goes to them. And as far I know, they trust me and I trust my team.
All right, that's really good. Some great stuff from you, Ghost Freak. Honestly, there's nothing else like having trust between your teammates. So that was some lovely insights we got from you today, Ghost Freak, and I'm wishing you all the best for your matches today and tomorrow. This is indeed the finale, so I'm assuming you guys are going all out, guns blazing in matches today and tomorrow. That being said, that'll be it from Ghost Freak and me, Foxtrot, and we'll be joining you guys in the games. Once again, Ghost Freak, thank you very much for joining us.
What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. this battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Ready to breach.